Welcome to Fibocan's YouTube channel. I am Prabhu KB, CEO of Fibocan. As you are aware, we are into the business of enabling wealth. We enable wealth through training, coaching, mentoring, enabling clients devise their own investment strategies through our technology products and solutions and innovative investment strategies. Every video we discuss what happened, why it happened, what will happen, why, when and how it will happen. Which is why we request everyone to watch the video till the end so that you will get the full benefit out of it. Encourage your friends and known person to subscribe so that they will also get the same benefit as you are getting. Click the bell icon so that you get the notification the moment we put our videos. Today is Saturday, 1st of April, new financial year from an Indian market perspective. As always on Saturdays, weekends we discuss about the global market performance. We will discuss about the global market performance for the previous week, that is ending March 31st, 27 to 31. Okay. And before that, as you all know, we have put our uploaded our educational videos in English module 1 to 16, which is very useful, and particularly candlesticks, derivatives and other things are tremendously useful for traders, and strategies also we have discussed. Please take time to watch those videos. Shortly we will be uploading in Tanglish also. The target date is before Tamil New Year, right? So today's video, let's go into today's video. Global markets. We have Dow. First, let's give me the rates. Dow, it closed 1034.95. 33,273.10. Nasdaq closed at Dow went up by 3.2% in this week. Nasdaq went up again 3.3% in this week, closed at 12,221. S&P closed at 4109.31, 3.5%, and FTSE also jumped up by 3%, closing at 7631. How did it fare in the month of March? Let's see that also. In the month of March, it closed, again the rates are the same, right? Obviously, yeah. In the month of March, Dow jumped up by around 2%, 1.9%, while Nasdaq had a big up move of 6.7%. S&P also had a good up move of 3.5%, while FTSE fell by 3.1%. Okay. Before we go into the analysis part, we will tell about the yearly also, so that will give you a big picture view of how the markets performed. So till date, that is till date means January to March, in the first quarter till now, Dow, nothing much has happened. It is more or less flat, 0.4% up, while Nasdaq is up by 16.8%. How much? 16.8%. You heard it right, around 17%. That means it is a significant up move. S&P is up by 7%. FTSE, in spite of the fall, up by 2.4%. Now let's go into the analysis part of it. Of course, CPOE weeks at 18, which we will discuss finally. So we'll go to the analysis part of it. What happened? If you recollect, last week itself we had said that, okay, the Dow, Nasdaq and S&P. Nasdaq is the most strongest of the indices which we said, and the FTSE is the weakest of all the indices. So all the indices formed a bullish engulf. Nasdaq just missed forming strong bullish bar reversal. It formed bullish bar reversal, but it missed forming strong bullish bar reversal. So the up move is so powerful that now Dow, Nasdaq and Dow is just below 100-day moving average, whereas Nasdaq and S&P is well above the 100-day moving average and above all the moving averages. In the weekly chart, if you analyze, all in three indices, Dow, Nasdaq and S&P is below the 100-week moving average, whereas it is above the 250-week moving averages. Of course, in the monthly it is well above. So if you recollect, we had said that Nasdaq was taking support at 50 and 200-week moving average because it was trying to form a convergence. From there it jumped up significantly, and now it is going to act as a very strong support. Okay, so the texture of market, at least the US market, is very strong, very strong. That is how it is. When I analyze the yearly chart, that's why we gave the yearly figure also. 16.7% if something is up, that means it is not like what you call a fluke or just what you call just like it has gone up, it will fall. So it is significantly up. Also, in the daily chart, what had happened? It is jumped up significantly. Nasdaq, S&P, and Dow, and Nasdaq in particular is now touching the above the Bollinger upper band. Weekly also it is just near the upper band. That means it is on a significant uptrend. Okay. Anybody telling that no, it is going to go down and all those things, please be careful, because it is significantly on an up move. Of course, next week there can be a small fall that can happen. In fact, we expected yesterday small fall, but that didn't happen. But a small fall can happen. Notwithstanding that, the texture of the market is very strong, with the Nasdaq being very powerful. Okay, so that is how the overall picture of Nasdaq, S&P, and Dow. So when we correlate with our Indian stocks, if the banking crisis in US is little subsides, with Nasdaq going up so much, if banking crisis comes down, we can see good appreciation in our IT stocks, and particularly HCL is something which can go up. So please take note of it. There is no recommendation, we are only saying that you observe, right? FTSE, coming to FTSE, if you recollect, FTSE formed a solid red candle, and the kind of candle that it formed a strong, it went very much below, well below all the moving averages in the all the exponential moving averages in the monthly chart, and in the daily chart it fell significantly below the 200-day moving average, but from there it jumped up, and now it is well above the 200-day moving average in the daily chart. However, it is just below the 150. Okay, 100 is just above it. I am sure it is going to break that past. And in the monthly chart, what it formed a solid red candle, but with a long lower leg, very long lower leg. That means what happened? The bears took control and took it down, but they could not hold down. From there, the bulls came back powerfully, and now it is above all the exponential moving averages. That means FTSE will also go probably sideways or move up in the next few months. Okay, so the overall global markets is looking relatively strong, and as I said, like in the monthly chart again, FTSE, Dow, S&P, Nasdaq all formed a long lower leg with a bullish bar reversal and bullish engulf. In fact, S&P formed a bullish engulf, Nasdaq also formed a strong bullish engulf. So with this texture, next month with such a powerful up move, probably yes, one can expect some profit booking. If that happens, probably there can be some pullback, but still the 50-week moving average is going to act as a very strong support for Dow, Nasdaq, and S&P. Hence, no, don't expect significant fall. Even if there is a fall, it can be 1 or 2% from these levels. So FTSE on the other hand, we expect some sideways to up move in the month of April. Now coming back to CBOE VIX, which is at 18 point something. In fact, in this month it touched 30, around 30, and it formed a shooting star with a solid red candle. That means it went up. Bulls took it up, but from there the bears pushed it down. Obviously, like when markets and CBOE VIX moves in opposite direction, it doesn't move in tandem, right? So hence the bears pulled it down, and finally it came down below the Bollinger lower band, and it is at 18. Probably another 3 or 4 points down, probably volatility will be normal, which is a good sign from an investor perspective. Okay, I am sure you would have finally fully taken note of all these data points that you are given. Next, we will go to dollar index. So what we will do is we will read out the dollar index and related rates first, then we will go for the analysis. Dollar index closed at 102.186. Euro USD, because these are all components of dollar index. Euro USD closed at 1.0839. GBP USD, it closed at 1.233. USD JPY, it closed at 132.79. So normally, before we go into the analysis, I am just telling, dollar index and JPY will move in one direction, up or down, while Euro and USD will move in the opposite direction normally, because dollar index. So it is dollar versus others measuring, but Euro versus USD means Euro versus USD and GBP versus USD. That means it is kind of a mirror image, Western kind of thing. No, if dollar index goes up, the other GBP, Euro USD and GBP USD will go down, and vice versa. Okay, now the rates we are told, we'll go for the analysis. So dollar index 102. Last month what happened? Dollar index, what did we say? dollar index, how it closed in the monthly chart. It formed a solid red candle, forming a bullish engulf. And in fact, we said that it is going to take support at the exponential moving average and the Bollinger middle band. Precisely that is what had happened. However, it has formed a double bottom now. Hence, next month we can expect some sideways movement, but in the daily it is below all the moving averages. When I say all the moving averages, 200, 100 and 50. These are all 100, 50 and below 20, obviously, Bollinger middle band. So it is sliding down nicely in the lower band in the daily chart. That means it is a significant downtrend, but with one or two reversals forming near the Bollinger lower band. So in the weekly, it is the fourth week in succession, it has formed a solid red candle. Hence, there can be a short covering rally, which is in candlesticks, we call it as a rising three methods. It can come and there can be a technical bounce. That's a technical bounce that can come. Also in the monthly chart, as I said, it is just touching the Bollinger middle band. It is exactly the level that we had said it closed. Okay. Now when you analyze the Euro versus USD, it is the opposite. It formed a solid green candle just below the Bollinger middle band. So it is just, I said, the opposite of it. So that will act as a resistance. In the weekly chart, it has formed a solid green candle and moving towards the Bollinger upper band. Here, the 100 for Euro and USD, the 100 week and 200 week is above, while it is taking support at the 50 week moving average. Okay. Whereas for dollar index, it is the for dollar index it is dollar index, it is 50 week is above, 100 and 200 is below. It is just the opposite of it, right? So Euro USD, this is what it is. Next we will see the GBP USD. GBP USD, no different from that of Euro USD. It is the same. It formed a bullish engulf like Euro versus USD, and we had said that it will close below the previous month's low. The same thing had happened. So it is just the opposite of dollar index. In the weekly, again it is the same towards the Bollinger upper band, moving upwards nicely, and daily it is above all the key moving averages. Next is USD versus JPY. USD JPY, what happened? In the monthly chart, it formed a bearish piercing pattern or a bearish harami, not an engulf. Okay, though it went below significantly down, and we said that the middle band will act as a support. Precisely that is what it had happened. It has taken support at the middle band. Hence now we can expect some up move in this month, a short covering rally, due to which obviously Euro will slightly go up, and dollar index will go up because Euro will go down, and GBP will slightly go down in the month of April, In the weekly chart, again it formed a technical bounce back and formed a bullish engulf in this week, and in the daily chart, it is just touching near the Bollinger middle band. This is where it is. Next is USD INR. USD INR is 82.180. So if we recollect, what did we say in USD INR? We said that it is forming a rounding top. Precisely that is what had happened. This week it formed a small red candle, but it is forming a rounding top, staying above the Bollinger exponential moving average. In the daily chart, it is very interesting. The daily chart, the only thing that it is just hovering around the 100 moving 82.160. It is 100 moving average is 82.16. It is just hovering at that level, and 200-day moving average is significantly below. So that is where it is. So hence we expect this rounding top to continue in the monthly chart, and at some stage it will go down, whereas in the week it is well above all the moving averages. Next is US 10-year treasury yield. 10-year treasury yield, what happened? It closed at 3.473. It formed a small green candle. I would call more like a, what you call, ready to form a morning star in the next month. So after a significant downtrend, red candle last month, it formed a small doji or a spinning top kind of a candle, but slightly bigger candle. Hence, it is a candle. But in the daily chart, it is well below all the moving averages. When I say all the moving average, it has broken below the 200 moving average, day moving average also, which is not a good sign. Of course, it's a good sign purely from this component perspective. This is not good for US 10-year yield. That means you can expect further fall. Also, in the weekly, it is just above, just above or touching, whatever you want to call, above the 50-week moving average, below which significant down you have 100-week moving average. Hence, if it breaks the 50-week decisively, which it can, if not next month, the next month, in the subsequent months, it can go all the way down to the 100-week, and then the 200-week moving average is there. It can go down all the way up to at least 100-week moving average. Next is Brent and Nymex. Brent 79.77 and Nymex at 75.67. So what did we say? Brent and Nymex, very interesting thing it happened. See, it in the monthly chart, we said that last week it was just, it broke below the 200 month and it was near the 50 month. But what had happened since December, very interesting thing happened. This is the third month, December, January and March. Third month, it went below the 200 month moving average, but managed to close above it. That means what it tells? It tells that 200 month moving average. What is 200 month moving average? Last week, I think Kirtana mentioned that. 200 month is what? 200 by 12, roughly around 15 years. 15 years average. That means that is acting as a very strong support. So one has to see that whether it is holding. If that breaks decisively, then you can have, next is the 100-month moving average. Okay. So, but I don't think the way it looks like, because the fourth month in succession, this is holding, and also it formed a bullish solid red candle, but with a long lower leg in the monthly chart, both the indices. Then that means in the weekly, as we said, it had formed a bullish candle. What is this? Bullish morning star. Solid candle, which we had expected, it had formed. And also in the daily, it is significantly moving up, nicely moving up in the daily chart. That means, at least in the short term, in the next month, we don't expect it to go near the 200-month moving average. Even if it goes there, it will once again take support there, because when it goes there, it has to decisively break. If it doesn't decisively break, what happened? It is demand and supply. Bulls will come and give support. That is what they have been doing for 4 months. So with all these things, next month, what we expect is the global market, that is Dow, Nasdaq and S&P and FTSE, are in a strong footing. Probably a sideways movement or some profit booking can happen, but the texture is strong, and dollar index is weak. But next month it can go up, because technically it can bounce, which is why Euro versus GBP and Euro versus USD and GBP versus USD will have some small pullback, and USD JPY will have a slight up move, while USD INR will go sideways. 10-year treasury yield is at critical point. If it breaks below 50-week, then we can have a significant downfall, and Brent and Nymex will have some up move. Thank you very much.